So one of the defense companies that has been absolutely moving like crazy the past few months is this company. We see Big Bear AI has made some nice trends up to $8 a share before pulling back. Yesterday we entered a trade here at 640. It was right here. We ended up selling this morning at market open around 684 here at a stop. And now potentially looking for another trade if it holds this level at $6.80. We actually were in a trade here that we kind of transitioned into, but we had a very tight stop because it was kind of our pre-existing take profit. So we just created a new plan essentially. We said, would we buy this right now? Maybe. So we kind of just turned it, rolled that trade into another plan here. But then it hit the stop on the new plan, which locked in profits on the other plan essentially. So that was the focus this morning. We just wrapped up our live session. And one of the things that we were focusing on for this morning, we see AMDL is up. We see CTM, so another defense play is up. Most of defense is doing good. You got Paladin is doing well. Maybe Palantir was not off to the best start, but looks like maybe they started to go positive there, about 0.5%. So Big Bear AI is at this level now. It's kind of this previous support and resistance and support there that you could see there at about 675. It was funny when it was down here yesterday, we said, okay, so this is kind of the trend. It's downtrending potentially here. And we said, if we see it continue up, this is the trade we took yesterday, then we're going to watch this 675, see if it breaks out above it. If so, that will be a nice trade. So we saw it push back up above that 675. In fact, it pushed as high as 721 and then sold down to about 680 just a minute ago. So now it's at 684. It's kind of holding this level at just above 675. That's kind of the new support potentially if it's going to continue some of that upward momentum that we've seen it start to build here and kind of look to maybe continue up. Otherwise, there is this downtrend recently where it could get rejected and sell back further. So we're just kind of watching right now. That's $6.75 range today. We'll be definitely keeping you guys updated on it. There's a few things to watch. They still haven't reported those earnings. There's a lot of potential for them to come in with good earnings. I'd say more than most earnings, we don't always have a good idea. These earnings, we have a better idea. They talked about how their revenues hadn't fully hit their bank account, but that they were supposed to see them, but couldn't account for them from maybe that Army contract, that $160 million contract, or Department of Defense, or maybe it was the Pentagon. I'm not really sure. They didn't specify. But employees, 630, you see their revenues. Someone said their revenues were flat, and I looked at that and I thought, why did they say the revenues are flat? We've seen it go up basically year over year. Their revenue has increased quarter over quarter into 2024. We saw revenues increasing with starting the revenues down a little bit in March 2025, but some potential there to come in with some good earnings. They had some contracts hit. They also reduced their debt down. So the balance sheet, the blue assets, much higher now than that of their liabilities. It's great because back in October here, when we were covering them, we can go back kind of and take a look here. We started covering them in October and they were around $1 a share. And we saw them make this run into December and all the way up to February at $10. But really, during this time, they still didn't really have the cleanest balance sheet. Then we saw it sell off pretty hard there with the rest of the market in February and find that support in April where we've seen it surge up to a high in July 9th there at about 872. But with this recent pullback, we're kind of watching, see if it holds that direction, or if we get a kind of similar pullback, we could see it. But again, from the financial perspective, at that time when they were making that run until March, their liabilities were really high. It didn't look that healthy. Then we saw them pay down the debt, basically drop it below 200 million, and then their total assets at about 400 million, which looks a lot better. So financials, I would say, are getting better, but not to justify this $2 billion market cap. I would want to see them come in with some better revenue in the next quarter, and that would be hands down one of the best things that they could do to continue to grow. Now, why would we expect it? Is it just because they said it didn't hit the balance sheet? No, it's also the deployment of the very scan. You also have the, yes, that's a thing that they have maybe some contracts that didn't hit, but they had some new deployments into these Charlotte, Chicago, Cross-Border Express, Dallas Fort Worth International Airport, Denver International Airport, all of these airports where they deployed their new passenger processing here, which is AI powered innovation, kind of this very scan here that we've seen deploy, and effortless integration and deployment. They are getting into TSA, but also going directly to the ports of entry or to the airlines or what have you with their technology. So I think that's going to be where they're going to see the revenue. We see a lot of institutions keep really investing. AE Industrials, big position there, about 64 million shares. You got BlackRock for sure in there with 8 million in Vanguard. So we'll continue to watch them here into what's going to be their earnings coming up here in August. A lot of things to watch, but again, $6.75 range is the level right now. We're going to see how it holds. And it was great. We got to trade it yesterday. Nice little $400 profit on a smaller investment. I think we only had about 670 shares. And then if you guys ever want to grab this profit plan, it's the first link in the description. We use it for all of our trades. Doesn't work so hot right now on mobile, but it works great on computer. We do it in our live trading almost every morning when we're entering different trades. And if you want to join our daily live trading, there are 12 more hours left in our current sale for StockMate. So if you want to grab all the earnings, the different targets, surround yourself with other investors and traders. It's pulling up here, but get access to our daily live trading. There's even a book right here. This is a good book that you can get some good insights about the 5% versus the 9% or 95%. How to learn, how to set a plan in your investing so you're not just a ship out at sea, but you really know where you're going. I just got off a call the other day with one of our members, one of my one-on-ones, and he says, you know, he works in yachts. He does yachts in that he sails them. And I said, do you ever get on a yacht and don't have a plan or not know where you're going? He said, no, we always know exactly where we're going, the weather, when we're going to get there, everything else. I said, that's what your investing's got to look like. So when it comes to building out that mindset, it's there for you, along with targets here. Johnny's pretty active. You got some black sky. They just won a contract. What I love is we don't have that Discord, buy this, buy that, but that we have real research and real insights coming in from members. It's one of the most valuable parts about StockMate, along with the daily live trading and the free t-shirt that I'll send to you in StockMate. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Appreciate you all. If I earned your thumbs up, hit the like button. Do consider subscribing. And again, StockMate's the second link in the description. I would encourage you to simply take a look because that lifetime access sale that we have is ending. So tonight at midnight, it will be gone. If you want it, if you want to get it before it's gone, second link below, simply take a look and I would love to see you there. Thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.